B.
What's up, man?
How you feeling, man?
Very good, man.
This
is a good time.
This feels like a big one. I mean, they're all big at this point in your career, but this feels really big.
Yeah, it always is, man. Every fight's big, and you heard it a million times, but the next fight's always the biggest. You know, in this regard, it really is. You know, what's on the line, contender, rematch, division. So many variables go into this, you know, and what's waiting at the end, #1 contender, you know, rematch with Mr. Triple C, Cejudo, you know, have him come back, try to avenge his loss. And, but I got an amazing opponent in front of me, Jussier Formiga. Ton of respect for that guy, how much he's improved since our last fight. So he's going, you know, he's thinking the same thing I am. We're going through the same thing, and we have one guy standing in our way. And we're going to meet there in the middle and prove who deserves it.
How big was that a couple weeks ago in Chicago when Dana said, hey, flyweights aren't going anywhere? And
yeah.
I know he said that he hadn't really said it, but he hadn't not said it. And
yeah.
How big of a weight was that lifted off your guys' shoulders?
It was nice to just hear something verbally. You know, you see things and things are happening, guys are getting cut, guys are moved up, but you don't have answers for media when they ask you, because you're just like, I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody either. So just to hear it verbally, it wasn't, you know, it's to everybody. It's nice to have something like that. That can always change. So, you know, living for the moment.
I think there's like 12 or 13 flyweights in the rankings right now. Do you expect if they keep moving around like Dana said they will, it's time for flyweights?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, if the division's sticking around, we'll probably need a few more in there, you know, stirring it up and everything. So, yeah, it'd be great. I mean, I think some guys got cut maybe prematurely that, you know, still maybe deserve to be in there. So, you know, hopefully they get the division going. I know there's small divisions out there as well, and it's nice to have just the strength and the good guys there, but, you know, you can always do some adjusting there.
Your first fight with Formiga was a long time ago. You fought a lot of since then with your own heat school as well. What are the biggest differences comparing the two?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, we fought 6 years ago. Someone told me, but I thought it was 2 years ago. And I was telling everyone, I just beat him 2 years ago. And then someone told me, like, 2013. I was like, oh, wow. So time flies, you know, as you can tell, just by that answer. It's like, I didn't feel anything different. You know, I beat him then, I'll beat him now. You know, I obviously am going to focus and look at his techniques and his fights and what he's accomplished. You know, he has a new team. I think he's fighting definitely a little more strategic and comfortable with his fighting style. So the only thing is, like, everyone's fast, strong, good at jiu-jitsu, good at wrestling, can knock you out. So it's just, he's gained experience, I've gained experience, and it'll be nice. You know, I expect a hard fight. Like the last fight, I knocked him out in 2 minutes. I'd be crazy to think that's going to happen again to such a top guy. So I'm ready for the hardest 15 minutes there is, and ready to prove I have a ton of other ways to beat him besides, you know, knocking him out and doing what I did last time.
You remember what you were doing 2 years ago, though, right? Like, when you think back on 2 years ago, like, weren't you rehabbing?
Rehabbing, yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah, roughly. Yeah, well, it was right around the energy.
2 years number out
yeah,
there.
yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I was injured and I had an ACL like pretty much exactly 2 years ago, just over 2 years. But that's how much I thought about it. I feel like that was a few months ago, and you know, I'm back now, third fight since, so I feel good.
Is it a concern for you that the champ in the division has 2 belts and that there might be one of those situations like we always come up with, like there's a delay, or you've been through it so many times at this point that you just tune it all
Well, that's exactly what it is. I've experienced literally everything, like highs, lows, this situation, that situation. Nothing's gonna surprise me. You know, I will say, like, the champ thing's cool when it happens for like the individual and you kind of have that one person, but it's never been good for the 2 divisions involved. You know, either you give it up or you're held up. Like, someone's yet to go and be like, I'm the champ, I'm going to defend both. So we'll see what happens. For Henry, it makes sense, you know, with both divisions being somewhat sparse on contenders right now, and me having the win over him. All roads really lead there if he is to defend one of them.
What did you think of Henry's performance against Holloway and Rice? And were you impressed by any of those fights?
Oh man, it was, yeah, of course. I was impressed with Henry before I fought him, the fight with him, gained tremendous respect for him, and all his fights since then. I've been very impressed by him, what he's been able to accomplish. Yeah, the fight with Marlon was extremely impressive because I was so impressed with Marlon in the first round. So to come back and win like he did and make the adjustments, like, that's great. But every time I see something happening like that, I just think of, you know, a few years ago when I was beating him, and it just gives me the confidence as well. So it's always nice to see it out there. I think he's doing, you know, well as far as talking everything for the two divisions. So it's only setting up an even better fight to come in the future.
A lot of people are saying that Henry saved basically the flyweight division. Do you share the sentiment? Do you agree with that?
I don't know. I think it was a team effort. You know, I've been there to build the whole thing. So, I mean, he kept it going with one fight, the title fight, but because he was still the champion, but then didn't defend it, and it just stuck around just by whatever. So, you know, I think it's through everything, but I wouldn't say he like saved it or anything because, you know, he didn't go back and fight after yet. Once he beat TJ and said he saved it, he didn't go back and fight, but I think he's done a ton for the division. You know, beating TJ, really shutting that down, period. You know, maybe not, like I said, saving it, but like shutting down the fact that it could just be whatever, like delinquishing the other one. Beating Marlon, showing how good the flyweights are. But now it's a team effort. Like, me and Formiga are rightful contenders, having a win over him, and Formiga only has a split decision loss. So, you know, everyone's doing their part. Henry's done great. I mean, I've been there since the beginning, so it's hard to ask, you know, the flyweight division so close to me that I've been there since the first ever title fight, first ever fight in Australia, and, you know, think that I didn't have a part in that as well.